It's time for Around the Ozarks News, brought to you by the Springfield Greene County Park Board, Blue Current, and Thompson Sales. Here are your hosts, Ethan and Sarah Foreheads.
Howdy, howdy. Good morning to you on Wednesday, and we're making our way through the week. And
Hump Day, we made it.
It is Hump Day, and as we do, we'll do some news for you.
All right, a wildfire near Ava has charred more than 1,500 acres now in the Mark Twain National Forest. It's called the Sugar Fire and is being fought by firefighters from the U.S. Forest Service. That fire is raging along the Glade Top Trail, which we've been there. Ethan and I have been there a few times. Because of the smoke, the Forest Service is urging people to stay away. That's one of the newer trails in Ava. New-ish. I guess it's not like brand new, but it's been around for a few years now. But you remember it, right?
I do.
So, yeah, that's the one. And it is dry. A man from Springfield is accused of stealing more than $12,000 worth of merchandise from Harbor Freight, all on camera. Springfield police say he visited the store 8 separate times in September and October to rip him off. At one point, he openly pulled large items out of the store to steal them. This same man was also a suspect in several other area thefts starting in spring of last year.
Yeah, I have a lot of questions about that story. About if he's doing this on camera each time, how was he able to do it for so long and so many times and for so much merchandise? And I don't know.
But also the employees, I mean, I think that anymore, you don't necessarily want to confront someone, even if you know they're stealing something, because you don't know if they have a weapon on them. Like, it's not worth the risk.
I know most businesses tell their employees to not do that. I don't know.
But yeah, 8 separate times seems like a lot, like that they wouldn't have been able to identify him perhaps and track him down before that. I mean, I don't know. But
I don't know either. It's interesting to me. When you're dragging a generator out of the store, there's plenty of time, it seems like.
Yeah.
Hey, starting today, there's a new look to the intersection at Lone Pine and Galloway Street. It's now a 3-way stop down there by Sequiota Park. It will be. It used to be a stop sign only on Galloway as you head down the hill, and Lone Pine drivers could keep going. Now, traffic in all 3 directions has to stop right outside the entrance to Sequiota Park. Galloway Street is being widened to 3 lanes as it goes up toward Glenstone.
All right.
And Election Day is less than a week away. It's hard to believe, really. Next Tuesday, Americans will go to the polls to decide the president as well as many important local issues. And in Greene County, a couple of polling places will be different. You should know about it. The central polling place at Missouri State University will be inside Great Southern Bank Arena. And in Republic, voters in North Republic A will vote at Republic Middle School. The changes are to handle large numbers of people expected to turn out to vote.
Yep.
And here's a pro tip. If you print out a sample ballot for your county, look at it, read it, figure it out at home, write down your answers next to the question, take that with you as a cheat sheet into your polling place. It will save you a lot of time and will speed along the process quite a bit and shorten lines at your polling place. So your fellow voters will be happy that you did that. And so will you.
Doubt. Yeah, and so will you. Springfield's Old City Hall is getting some renovation work done. The city council got to tour the work that's happened so far. The renovations are being paid for by COVID money. Right now, construction crews are removing asbestos and lead paint and doing some demolition at the Old City Hall. Another restaurant on Commercial Street is now permanently closed. Basilico Italian Cafe shut down after 6 years in business there. Owners didn't explain exactly why they were needing to close, but said they are doing so with a heavy heart. Our girl went there for prom. It was called Prom Homecoming dance.
Is that where they went?
Friends. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. I hate to see good restaurants go.
Yeah.
So it's a shame. Here, though, is some good news. Price Cutter has renewed its deal to be the presenting sponsor of the Price Cutter Charity Championship Golf Tournament. Not presenting sponsor, the main sponsor, whatever the main sponsor is.
I think that's presenting.
Is it presenting?
I think so.
Okay. Because coming up, I'm
I
going to
mean,
say presenting again, but I don't think it's one of those isn't presenting because it's the big one.
I
Anyway,
feel like that's accurate, but
the
I could be
headliner.
wrong.
They're the headliner. It's a price cutter charity championship, not the name of somebody else. So there you go. The annual tournament has raised more than $20 million for local charities over the years and does an incredible job of doing that. One of the best in the Corn Ferry Tour, to be honest with you. A lot of golf, a lot of other charities that do this sort of thing in other cities come to Springfield to find out how to do it right because the price cutter folks know what they're doing.
Right.
Highland Dairy has agreed to become, here it is, presenting sponsor of the annual pro tournament. I don't know which one of those presentings is right. One of them is, the other's not, but you get the gist of it. Price cutter will naming rights at the top, and then it's brought to you by Highland Dairy. Got it?
Got it. It's clear as mud.
Yeah.
And I get it. Like, they're the big deal.
Yeah. Missouri's 30th Judicial Circuit Court has a couple of new local judges on it. Governor Parson appointed Webster County Associate Circuit Judge Chuck Replogle as circuit judge to the court, and the governor then named Marshfield attorney Cynthia Black to replace Replogle as an associate circuit judge.
Okay. There's a great volunteer opportunity today. If you're interested, our friends at Least of These could sure use some help putting things together for about 1,600 bags of Thanksgiving meals that will go out to local families in need. No need to register in advance. Just show up at Least of These. It's in Ozark. I believe it still sits right there off the Lambert's exit, right across the street from Lambert's.
Right next
Is it still there,
Brahms.
Ethan? Yeah, right by Brahms. Yeah,
Mhm.
that first exit. So just show up there in Ozark. It's this evening from 6 to 9 p.m., 6 to 9 tonight. And, you can help out our neighbors in need.
Yeah, and you'll leave there feeling good about yourself, and you'll help them do a lot of great work. So it's a good trade-off.
Yep. Very good. All right. Before we go, we want to tell you one more time about our contest that's going on right now. You can win a signed jersey from Isaiah Pacheco. I have to slow down to say his name. Signed jersey from him, and also some gear, some custom gear for Branson being the official vacation destination of the Kansas City Chiefs. And you can sign up right now at aroundtheozarks.com. Just scroll down to Branson Bowl, and you will need the keyword for the week. Ethan, are you ready for it?
The keyword is boating.
There you go. The keyword is boating, and somebody's got to win. We've been giving away free tickets to the games at Arrowhead.
Yeah.
And then on the other weeks where they're not playing at home, you get a signed jersey. So very cool.
Yeah.
Some custom gear. And we are hopeful that you will enter to win, and we'll let you know who the winner is on Friday.
AroundTheOzarks.com. Check it out.
Okay. Thanks for joining us. We hope to see you back here tomorrow morning, and have a super fantastic Wednesday.
Super fantastic.
It's time for Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather, sponsored by Rescue Towing, Command Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Here's your host, meteorologist Abby Dyer.
Good morning, everyone, and welcome to your Wednesday. Once again, we are waking up with mild temperatures. We're in the mid-60s today, and it won't be quite as warm as it was yesterday, but we are still looking at warm conditions across the Ozarks today with high temperatures right around 80 degrees. We've also got windy conditions again today, but the good news is a cold front is on the way. It means a total pattern change for us, and some widespread showers and thunderstorms are back in my forecast as we head into this evening and overnight tonight. Rain and storms are a welcome change after all the dry conditions and the terrible drought conditions that have been developing across the Ozarks. We are finally going to start to see some relief from that. Windy again today, though, and before the rain arrives, I think high temperatures will manage to make it to 80, which is still 15 to 20 degrees above average for this time of the year. The cold front that I'm talking about, it's been causing all sorts of trouble back out to our west. In fact, severe weather today for much of the western portion of the Midwest. We've also got a severe weather outbreak expected for the plains. There's a chance that a few of the thunderstorms for us in the Ozarks could be on the strong side tonight. It's something I'm watching as that cold front gets a little bit closer. However, the timing looks so late that I think the severity will likely be lower tonight than what we see out west this afternoon, what develops for portions of Oklahoma and portions of southeastern Kansas. This will result in rainfall for us, though, but I think most of the daylight hours are dry. So just expect dry, windy conditions. We'll even get partial sun today. I expect the widespread rain and thunderstorms comes through very, very late. We're talking like midnight tonight, and it's off of the radar by 5 o'clock in the morning tomorrow. So we are not talking about a washout of a forecast for Halloween. The all-important trick-or-treat forecast still looks okay in terms of precipitation. I think the rain's out of here by early tomorrow morning, but what we will be left with is a much colder forecast. Temperatures definitely drop, and with the rain and storms overnight tonight, there's at least some chance that a few of those are going to be a bit on the strong side. The main concerns at this point appear to be some hail and some high gusty winds. Don't be surprised if you get a wake-up call from the thunderstorm overnight tonight, because there could be some strong storm activity in that. We will be much colder on Halloween with highs falling to the 60s, but for trick-or-treat time, I want to warn you that temperatures are going to be significantly colder than what we're used to. We've also got this north breeze that kicks in, so temperatures, I think by 6 p.m. fall back into the low 50s. We'll be in the 40s for most of the trick-or-treat hours. So think about adding a layer to those costumes, getting something underneath, putting a jacket on top. That will be necessary for the trick-or-treat forecast tomorrow night. I am expecting that we then see some much cooler conditions. They last all the way through the weekend with highs barely making it to the low 60s. Around the country, what's making headlines, it's this risk of severe thunderstorms out over parts of the middle and lower Mississippi valleys today. The central and southern plains are also seeing some of that severe weather, and it does appear that all modes of severe weather are possible back to our west. Again, here in the Ozarks, I think the biggest risks for us are going to be for some gusty winds and some large hail. I then have much cooler conditions, not just for the Ozarks, but for a lot of the Midwest. Everybody's been seeing kind of a heat wave here over the last couple of weeks, and there is a kind of a major cool down coming for much of the country. Snowfall happening in the northern Rockies, and the tropics, well, they're staying quiet. At least that's the prediction for the next 7 days or so. So that is welcome news across the region. All right, it's time for the Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather Brain Twister trivia question today, going with the Halloween theme for the questions this week. Before pumpkins, which root vegetable did the Irish and Scottish carve on Halloween? Options that I gave you were A, potatoes, B, carrots, C, radishes, or D, turnips. And, well, I guess it seems like you could carve into all of these nice, hard, hearty root vegetables, but it's actually D, turnips, which is the answer. Kind of surprising, although the shape was probably conducive to this. The Irish tradition of carving turnips into scary-faced lanterns is part of an ancient Celtic festival. So now we know. They involved carving turnips, placing embers inside them, and then placing them near doors or windows to scare away evil spirits. Fun fact, this is initially where the term jack-o'-lantern came from. They were trying to ward off Jack. It was a folk tale in Ireland, and they carved turnips and lit them. I think the pumpkin is probably better. Easier to get the inside out too. Not much of it. All right, here's your question that I'll leave you with for tomorrow. Which Ninja Turtle is the most popular Halloween costume? Who do you think gets chosen the most? Do you think it's A, Leonardo, B, Donatello, C, Raphael, or D, Michelangelo? You can take your guess. That's at aroundtheozarks.com. Thank you so much for listening to Around the Ozarks Wake Up Weather. I am meteorologist Abby Dyer. We will chat again tomorrow on Halloween morning. Prepare for the rain and storms overnight tonight. Don't be surprised by the thunder and lightning. And thank you so much to our sponsors, Rescue Towing Command, Family Medicine, and John's Heating and Air. Have a great one.